Y'all, what's up? It's your boy, Nitro Hot Fire here. Welcome to NERDtorchTV, the spot on the internet for anime, comics, and gaming. Today, I decided to do a little bit something different. I got on my Instagram and said, hey, let's do a Q&A. So if you guys want to ask me anything, I had a lot of questions that came in. So without further ado, let's hop right in. So we're just gonna go down the line and we're gonna start off with question number one, asked by Artistically Carly. First of all, shout out to Artistically Carly. She always be participating on my chats, on my pictures, on my whatever I do. She's always there. Y'all might see her in the comment section below. I really appreciate that, Carly. So, Team Leafy or Team Omniscient? So, I want to say that I'm still fairly new to the nerdy community on YouTube, so I can't really say I'm affiliated with any teams thus far. However, I may be swayed a little bit towards Leafy only because that I have more knowledge of him rather than the latter. But anyway, so I'm not gonna say I'm affiliated with anybody yet, but we will see in the future. So next question we have from Felt Cosplay is like, what's your next convention? My next convention is gonna be NERDcon. That's actually gonna be my first convention that I'll be vending at. Haven't got confirmation on that yet, but I do plan on filling out that paperwork and getting that done ASAP so I can be out there selling my nerd gear and letting everybody know that NERDtorchTV exists. Alright, so next question is from Beast Mode JJ. Beast Mode JJ actually got a lot of questions, but they're further down the list, but we're gonna go ahead and answer this first one. Is bread and cheese important to you? I will say that bread is more important. Well, bread is not as important to me than cheese, and the reason for that is because I actually recently just been on a diet, which I'm gonna make a video about that for you cosplayers out there who want to lose weight. I actually cut bread out of my diet in order for me to drop from 195 and where I am now, I'm at 165. So that way I can make a better sexy Eddie Gordo cosplayer when I decide to cosplay that for NERDcon. So cheese is much more important. I also have a friend that hates cheese for some reason. He's probably watching this video right now. His name's Michael. We call him Krillin. He describes cheese as food glue. So yes, he's that weird of a person. He will probably be in some videos later on. So stay tuned for that. Zut Zappin. Shout out to Zut Zappin too. Be always on my posts, always giving out good hints and things for me to expand my channel, and always, willing to give some good advice. So shout out to y'all for that too. It says, what plans do you have for the holidays? If you're talking about Halloween party, I am definitely gonna be going to my friend Natalie's Halloween party. We're gonna be wilding out for that. It's gonna be a good time. Last time was epic. We had some dancers out there and everything. Might actually vlog a bit of that, so y'all be on the lookout for the Halloween party. Crook. This question next is, what's my favorite Pokemon game or favorite Pokemon game ? My favorite Pokemon game, I will have to say, is gonna have to be Pokemon Crystal, and the reason for that is because back in the days of Game Boy Color, for you youngsters out there, I was very, very unfortunate not to be able to afford a lot of the different games. So I had Pokemon Crystal that I bought from a guy at my elementary school, or I think I was in 6th grade around that time. I bought Pokemon Crystal from him for like $5. I also bought a Game Boy Color off of him for like $10. So $15 got me Game Boy Color and Pokemon Crystal. And that's pretty much all I played for hours and hours. I know I clocked in well over 60 hours in that game. Got to the point where I actually recognized Pokemon's cries without even seeing the Pokemon. So that was the most detailed game I've ever been into. Then after that, it was a close second. There had to be Pokemon Ruby. Pokemon Ruby was really good. I actually loved the new graphics and everything they put on the game, and I played through that game probably 2 or 3 times over. Don't usually like to erase my Pokemon games. I love to save the progress, but I lost the cartridge, I remember, and then I ended up buying a new cartridge, and lost that one somehow. I don't know. I kept buying the game over and over again. I kept beating the game over and over again. It was still a lot of fun, pretty much every time I played it. So next question is the Puppet Gal actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. Shout out to you too, because you've been on the page since I very first started. For those of you who don't know, I actually started NERDtorchTV on Instagram first. I grew up my Instagram up to 5,000 followers in like 2 months, and then I jumped over to YouTube to do a lot longer content based on anime, comics, and gaming. And Puppet Gal has been there since like the very beginning, commenting on stuff all the time. So thank you for the support. Let's see, question number 1. What is your manga about? Very good question. For those of you who, a lot of y'all don't know a lot of this stuff because y'all don't be on Instagram like that. So I have a manga actually, and my manga started out it was called Cheap Flow. Started out being the story of Kyle. I wanted to tell a story of a young martial artist who was into MMA and his journey into learning what the traditional martial arts was all about. And it started off as that, and the reason it kind of evolved over time is because the project kind of got way bigger than what I expected it to be. And we made it to the first book. I actually had an artist drawing for me because I take too long to draw, and you know, I can illustrate certain things but others that I have issues with, so I decided to go ahead and take the decision and to getting someone else to draw it. But now I'm actually taking on the art myself using 3D artwork, and it's a different route that I'm choosing to take just because it'd be easier for me and my lack of drawing ability to get a quality product out with the most effective amount of time. But the project Cheap Flow turned into a universe, kind of like the Marvel DC universe. Cheap Flow is now the Cheap Flow universe, and which means I have multiple stories involved in the same world. Same way Marvel has Captain America, Thor, the Hulk, all that. We have different characters and everything like that. And the reason I say we is because I'm not only making the stories by myself anymore. My wife is actually helping. For those of you who don't know, I'm married. I just said something about that on Instagram. My wife is actually going to help me with the stories. She was really good at writing in high school, and so was I. I was very good at writing in high school, and we decided to combine our powers and create some epicness. So first, to actually answer the question, the book that I have coming out first is called My Girlfriend the Ninja. It'll be the first book that'll be released for the Cheap Flow universe. Hopefully that was supposed to be done back in July, but then I launched a YouTube channel and a lot of that kind of slowed down production of that. But I'm looking at possibly being finished by November or December so I can move on to the next story in the universe. And My Girlfriend the Ninja is about this goofy guy who meets this girl, and he basically falls in love with her, but little does he know, he finds out that she is a ninja, so he actually goes on an adventure with her to recover something that she lost before. Next question. What is your favorite anime? Okay, I have a lot of favorite animes for a lot of different reasons, but I will say that my favorite anime of all time is Rurouni Kenshin. I watched that anime probably 6 to 7 times, and I can even quote it word for word on certain episodes. There's actually like maybe 2 or 3 different English translations of that show that they're slightly different from each other, and I can actually tell which version I'm watching because some of the dialogue is a bit different from the others. So that's my best anime of all time. Next, what inspires you to want to host a platform like this where people interested in games, anime, comics can get together? So what inspires me to do something like this is because the nerdy side of me has always been something that I lacked friends in. You know, I basically grew up in a neighborhood that didn't really celebrate nerdy content. They didn't like anime, comics. Video games was all about sports games, football, basketball, and I just wasn't into all that. You know, not saying that I don't like sports. I like to play sports. I don't like to participate. and I don't like to watch sports, and I don't like to play video games of sports. When I play video games, I like to dive into a whole nother universe that I can't myself dive into. And if it's like football, basketball, or anything like soccer, you know, I can go outside and do that. There's no difference from me doing that, so there's no point in me actually holding the controller and doing that. So I love to be athletic, and that is gonna actually be helpful for that. That I don't feel like video games is for me for sports games. Anyway, so the whole, I guess the answer to the question in whole is, I started this platform because I wanted to make more friends in this type of community. I saw it as the potential to use my art, which is what I usually do to make t-shirts and stuff like that. Use my art in order to make, you know, a living off of doing some nerdy stuff that's fun. You know, I always wanted to have fun in my life while actually, you know, I don't want to have a normal job, I just want to have a fun job. I think that's what we all want, right? So I saw this opportunity as this is a fun job for me. Next question. What do you think sets your channel apart from channels like Mother's Basement or Digibro? So I actually didn't know who these people were until you actually asked me about them. So I looked them up and I was like, wow, these guys actually have some really good content. And what actually I was thinking what sets me apart from them would be, I like to be the forefront. I notice a lot of their videos actually have a lot of anime clips and videos posted over them, and it's more of a vocal thing. I like to be right in front of the audience, talking to these people, connecting with these people about those different types of subjects. I haven't yet started heavily editing, you know, video footage of anime and stuff into my videos yet. I'm not sure if I'll ever get to that point, but I do like to keep this discussion vibe going. I do like to create discussions about different topics related in those genres, and I think that I can actually bring a different vibe of, I guess, information. Like, I think I see things differently than most people do, and I like to point those things out and just see what you guys think. Alright, so next question. If you could have one manga artist draw your manga, who would it be? I would have to say Kishimoto. Love the Naruto series. I'm gonna have to just go with that. That's the best what I can do. But if I wanted to make a film, I always imagine my anime to be 3D animated, kind of like Ruby. At one point I wanted Monty Oum to do it. R.I.P. to Monty Oum, but he's passed now. And I know that it's gonna be a long road to get to the animation process, but I know that once we get there, it's gonna be epic, because like I have a lot of epic ideas out there for you guys that there's just jumbled up, written down. They're everywhere. Alright, so next question. What's your favorite inspirational quote? This quote actually comes from the Mighty Ducks, and it was a Mighty Ducks way back in the day. I never forget watching it when I was younger. He was telling the players that it never mattered, you know, if you got beat 100 times, or you got beat 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. That it only mattered that you beat them that one time. So whenever I try to do something, I try to win, no matter what it is, no matter how hard I gotta try, no matter how hard I gotta work. I try to win, and if I lose 1,000,000 times, I just want to be that one time that I actually win at something. And that's why I keep doing YouTube. That's why I keep, you know, being on social media and grinding as hard as I do, because this is a marathon. This is not a sprint, and it does not come easy at all. I'm actually going to do a video about that, and you will know that you will lose a lot after doing this, but as long as you win that one time, that's what really matters. So next question. What's your favorite type of meme? What's your favorite meme or your type of meme? I kind of like the Team 4-Star memes, where they kind of put Goku in funny situations, and they bring up a lot of their dialogue that they put out there in response to other situations out there. Those are awesome. I think it actually takes more creativity to do memes based around anime than anything else, because the anime community is actually pretty small in comparison to the internet as a whole. So I love anime-based memes. Alright, who is your role model? Funny enough, my role model actually reflects on my favorite anime of all time, which is Rurouni Kenshin. Kenshin Himura character, it has to be the biggest role model I have ever had in my lifetime. Right after that comes Goku. I always look to them. I always think about what Kenshin would do in this situation, what Goku would feel in this situation. But Kenshin is definitely at the top of that. If you haven't seen Rurouni Kenshin, I guarantee you will love it. You gotta check it out. My battery's down on my camera. That's why I'm trying to hurry up. My biggest fear is to be injured beyond healing. That is the biggest fear I have. There was one time I hurt my leg really bad to the point where I was in a wheelchair for like a day. After that, I had the strength to walk again, kinda, more so limp again. So I hopped out that wheelchair as quick as I could. But I actually hurt my leg LARPing, and it was pretty bad. I hyperextended my knee. But that had to be the biggest fear that I've ever had, to be like somehow permanently injured. Glad that's not a thing. And last but not least, if you could have one power, what would it be and why? I would think super speed would probably be the most effective power that I could have. It covers everything to the point of you don't have to fly. You can basically run fast enough. You don't have to. Like with the Flash, he can travel through solid objects. Like you can fight really good, well. Like you can do so much if you have super speed. So for now, I'm gonna say super speed. If you ask me this question at another time, I might give you a whole different answer. If Sharding Gun was a power, I would definitely take that over anything else. So that would be my #1 power. But anyway, guys, that's the end of this Q&A. I'm glad you guys asked these questions, and I'm so happy that you guys have been with me for this long. 5,000 strong on Instagram, 4,000 strong on Facebook, and now we're about to build up this YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Go to NERDtorch.com for dope nerd gear designed by me. It's your boy Nitro Hot Fire, and I'm out. Peace.